It is time for another movie title challenge. If you want me to review your logline or title, you can DM them to me on Instagram. TikTok has terrible DMs, so just do it on Instagram, please. Let's see, this one is from Tony Vanneman. After a stagecoach robbery gone wrong, a down-and-out cowboy must help a young girl and her pregnant mother survive the treacherous Arizona frontier. There's no title with this one, so I'm just talking about the logline. Clearly, this is a Western, which is good. You want the genre to be clear in your logline, or the combo of the logline and the title. It should be very clear what the genre of your project is. This one's clearly a Western. The premise seems pretty interesting. I like it. It feels contained. It feels focused. I know my main characters are going to be this young girl and her pregnant mother. That's really interesting. You don't normally follow those characters through the Old West, so I think that could be really good. A story I haven't seen in the Old West before. And you don't hear Arizona talked about that much. It's always like Wyoming or Montana. So I think this is pretty decent. There's a good amount of detail. There's a picture that's painted for me. There's also conflict, right? You know, it is the young girl and her pregnant mother versus something. They're going to have conflict with the treacherous Arizona frontier. You want some conflict. You want some understanding of what is going to be clashing in this movie. It doesn't always have to be violence. It could be emotional conflict, something else. Oops, had a phone call. You want conflict. You want conflict in your logline. Now, what would I change here? I would change maybe the structure a little bit. It's using a very familiar formulation that looks like it was pulled out of Save the Cat or similar book. It's always after XYZ, blah, 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 must do, blah, blah, blah. Standard formulation, it's okay, it's fine, but it is cliched. And you want to avoid cliches because the brain turns off when it reads a cliched phrase. It turns off. The brain marks it as unremarkable, unimportant. So now when I read the phrases gone wrong and down and out, those aren't unique to this genre. They're not really unique to this story. So what are they? You know, I mean, they're cliches. The brain turns off. You want to find different words to say the same things. Usually you can just swap out a couple of words. Like you could swap out, after a stagecoach robbery gone bloody, a broke down cowboy must help a young girl. That's a lot more interesting. Hear a lot about broke down cars. Don't hear a lot about broke down cowboys. But you know what it means, right? So imagine you're leaving the movie theater and you see a giant poster, and on it is Kate Hudson, and she is 8.5 months pregnant. She's about to pop. One hand holds her daughter's hand, and in the other hand, she holds a revolver. And the title is Due West. That's a movie I'd want to see.